Hey Commanders, Matthew and I have decided we're going to bust out a game of Robotech tonight. We're just doing a small 180 point pitched battle. We'll come back for Army list here in a sec. I'll be playing my Zentradi Armada, if I can say it. I have one Regal Attrition Squad with an attached log, and one Regal Artillery Squad. And that is my full 160. Nothing special about them. Matthew corrected me, we're doing 180. He's running a pair of Valkyrie squads, 80 points pops, 160, and the second squad here has long-range missiles, which is his nerve squad. We'll dice off for initiative, and we'll be back after turn 1. Alright, turn 1 is over.
Okay.
We've got the Zentradi advancing on this flank. They unloaded a ton of fire into Max here. He did survive it. He's got 2 damage left on him. My heavy artillery pod here in the open fired a template back here onto these two, but missed, shot it off board. No one here was in range. This VF-1A came around the corner with his gun pod, put fire on these front 2 light artillery pods, damaged both but didn't destroy either. So we will be back after turn 2. Alright, 2's in the books. We've got a lot of dead Valkyries here. Most of this Valkyrie squad has been taken out.
No.
Max and Rick were gunned down by my attrition squad and Glog here. In retaliation, over here, the Ben Dixon looking Valkyrie and the Ray looking Valkyrie unloaded a missile volley and wiped out my light artillery pods that were hanging out here.
Dumb decision.
Good decision on your part, dumb decision on mine.
I was telling you that because I'm like, dumb decision.
The Miria Valkyrie here popped out, and with her missiles, she took out 3 Regals that were moving up here.
Squad.
So, as it stands right now,
I'm winning.
Oscar. You're doing okay. Asuka here fired a missile volley back here, but it was shot down by the anti-missile defense systems of the battle pods. So we're going into turn 3, and Matthew is almost down a Valkyrie squad.
I have my live ones.
And his other squad is slightly injured.
The ones that are...
We're playing for victory points in a 5-turn game, so we're just past the midpoint. Just at the midpoint? We're at the midpoint, round 3.
We are at 3.
We will see what happens then. Turns are moving quick now at bottom of turn 3. As you can see here, we have dead Miria, and we also have a dead Asuka.
Sad.
My attrition squad shifted over. They obliterated Asuka where she stood. After taking a few missile hits, we lost 2 battle pods, which can come back at the beginning of turn 4 with Life is Sheep ability. Over here, Miria's last stand, she did pop the entire trio of battle pods that opened fire on her, but she was only left with 2 damage, so the heavy artillery pod fired a missile, finished her off. That leaves these last 2 Valkyrie over here. We've got a 1J and a 1A.
Yep.
I have most of my attrition squad and 2 heavy artillery pods. So as it stands right now, Matthew's got about 5 victory points, and I have got about 12 victory points.
I'm sad.
Yeah.
Mostly sad that I lost Unit 2. Who doesn't like Unit 2? It's awesome.
You know, it's a lot of it's coming down to dice too. You're making good decisions, but
My dice suck.
let's hit turn 4 and see if you can recoup any of this. 4 is over. So Matthew got super aggressive, shot his Valkyrie squad and wrapped the back of the board here, right behind my Glog, unloaded his gun pods and a missile volley. Missile volley got shot down.
I should have...
Gun pods, 2 of them missed. 3 of them missed. 1 of them hit, which the Glog took and halved.
Yeah, one of them.
So he ended up with 3 damage out of his best effort. The Glog turned, the battle pods whirled. These 2 came back on board. The heavy pods came over, and the Shinji colored VF-1J is no more. That leaves Matthew with just one VF-1A against an almost entire attrition squad, minus, well, I guess it's half an attrition squad.
Yeah.
And 2 of an artillery pod, so...
I should have done 2 volleys and then 1 gun pod blow. If I were dumb.
Hey, it happens.
Wait, what happens if you... How many command points do you lose if you lose a VF-1J?
You lost 2 for your 1J, so you have a command point left.
This is cool.
All right, let's get this last turn out of the way and see what happens.
So many tabs.
5 wrapped up really quick. The 2 from the I got initiative. The 2 that were off board earlier just came in and closed in with the rest of the group. 4 of them didn't move, so they unloaded with the particle beams and autocannons and eviscerated Ray. That brings a quick end to the United Earth Defense Forces, and the Zentradi Armada reigns supreme, 16 to 5. Half the artillery squad, more than half the artillery squad, was wiped out, but the attrition squad's glog was barely scathed, and 8 valiant Robotech defenders obliterated. All right, we hadn't played in a while.
No.
That game didn't take overly long either. The latter turns really started moving once the pieces came off board.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to get you some more games in so you can. You made some really good decisions. I completely underestimated you a couple of times.
Because you just had a group there, and I'm like, what are you doing with that random group just sitting there waiting to be blown up?
Yeah, and you.
And I grouped everybody up behind buildings. I
thought when you rocked that artillery pod that you were going to make the game really hard for me. My advice to you would have been to come on in Guardian mode, and then if you can force me to go first, you can move those Guardians up and be in missile range, like first activation.
Oh. Really?
Right? Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Because 10-inch move and 24 inches, so we deployed 12 inches, up to 12 inches in on the board. And in Guardian mode, you have a defense 6 to begin with.
Oh, wait. Regular one, you have like a 3. Right?
Yeah, you're better off in Guardian than you are in Battleoid, as far as defense goes.
Defense, you have a 4 in Guardian on the VF1J.
No, defense, you have a 6, bud.
In Guardian, you have a 4.
Let me see your card. Maybe I'm losing my mind. They get a bonus from hovering. Get that in front of the camera. You have a 5 in Guardian, but you get +1 for hover, which makes you a 6.
Oh, okay. I wasn't thinking about it +1.
No, that's okay. Make sure I'm not great. Yeah, you have hover. So hover makes you a 6.
Oh. I never realized that because
you had me thinking I could have killed you earlier, but no, yeah.
My main target was the log, and I didn't realize I had Oscar way over here. You were so distracted that you didn't even think about them behind, and you completely forgot.
Yeah,
I over here.
I really underestimated how far those Guardians would have gotten in one turn.
Because they were up here, like right there. 10, I got behind, and I could have completely nailed it if I spent 3 in a volley. I was saying.
Well, the problem with missiles
is they're so hard because after
if they hit, they're great, but
if you miss, and
every battle pod has anti-missile systems.
Good, yeah.
So when a blast is hitting 5-6 battle pods, that's 5-6 dice to roll a 5.
Yeah.
It's pretty easy to do.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know a lot of people complained early on in this game battle pods didn't have a good chance, and maybe it's because I'm beating up on a 10-year-old, but I don't feel like they're. Well, no, seriously. I mean, you haven't been playing war games for years. Well, yeah. I mean, you haven't been playing this for a while, but you haven't been playing war games in general for a big chunk of your life.
What I don't like is I've complained about this many times in the past of the games. And I said I hate the stupid Life is Cheap. I hate it still. I love the idea of getting so much power on the Valkyrie. But there's so freaking many of the battle pods.
Life is Cheap really wasn't that big a deal for you this game though.
No.
I used it once for 2 battle pods. It really wasn't a selling point.
I was thinking, I didn't know how many there was in a squad. So you had 2 squads grouped up on your battle pod.
Well,
thing.
my attrition squad is 12 battle pods, and I attached a glog.
So yeah.
So I put 6 of them with the glog, and then I put 3 of them with my heavy artillery pods, and 3 of them with the light artillery pods over there, because I knew you had long range missiles. And I wanted to make sure, right? Well, on that entire nerve squad, I wanted to make sure I had anti-missile weapons with them. and then I got rambunctious and ran my battle pods up board, and that's when I didn't
This
have.
side, you didn't. You had way too many on this side, and this side you just had a group of battle pod, a ginormous squad of the non-missiles right there. I'm
Yeah,
like
the light arty pods.
Last time in the game, those things packed a punch, and I'm like, what are you doing with the big punch battle pods just going right there? And it was just an obvious shoot because I had so many people grouped. As I was talking, I noticed what I should have done. I should have grouped a group of 2 on each building. Because I have 12, right? Yeah, I have 12. 2, 4, 6, 8. Oh! I know what I'm going to do next game. Dad, next game, can we have the same train, same place? Because I don't know what I'm going to do next game.
We'll see.
Okay.
Not tonight.
No. It's outside games, though. I really like the game.
You know, there's a lot of controversy about the game, especially now that it's dead officially because Palladium lost the license.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh, so now it's just a one-time game.
Yeah. Now it is
Rare.
It is defunct. I acquired some of the 3D files for some of the other Zentradi units. Because God's honest truth, I mean, the UEDF, they're super Valkyries, but stat-wise, I don't think they're that great. I mean, if you're playing 300-point games, you're not going to field more than a few of them anyways. But we've got all the Destroids and all the Valkyries that we need. And
I hate Destroids.
it's because
so
you're not sure how to use them yet. Now, if you put a couple of phalanxes out there and they act like those heavy artillery pods, like these guys, they're really useful because you can just park them on the backboard and artillery stuff. Excalibur,
Blade.
You know what? I was about to say Excalibur because that's what they used to call it, and now I was going to call them Warhammers, and that's what they're called in Mech Warrior.
Oh, I was thinking you were saying Excalibur Beyblade style.
Tomahawks are really good. You got to take advantage of the fact that you can go 12 inches up the board on deployment, and then they're in range with like their particle cannons at that point. And they're brick houses. You have to let them get hit and take damage and soak fire. But
it's just a house. It's just inside is a weakling.
They're good. You're just not sure how to use them yet.
I hate how I wish that in the game, instead of having, well, they're already closed, so there's no way they can upgrade this to anything. But I wish the standard guys right here, they moved 10. Then these guys would have moved 15. I've never used the jet in game once. These guys would have moved 20. I wish they switched it up a little because 5. If I'm like right here, I'm not gonna get to the building. I'm gonna be like right here.
That's the idea, though. They don't want you to.
What do they have a move on the standard? Like,
they have a move. They have a move of 5, and they can leap 5.
Yeah.
Which means they can go another 5 inches, or they can go up on the stuff.
So
you can fly over stuff.
Leap. I can go right there. And that's
no, you can only leap 5 inches. You can't leap 5 inches forward and 5 inches up. You can leap 5 inches up or 5 inches forward.
That's gonna be an amazing spot.
So with the jet, you can just fly over everything.
There's a jet?
You have a jet. You have a jet mode in your Valkyrie.
I wish this was a first-person shooter game because if it were, I would go, and I would already won against you.
Okay. All right. Well, any final thoughts on the scenario tonight?
I already said them. I need more movement.
You feel the need for speed?
I feel the need for speed. I really like the game though.
Well, I'm glad you do.
No
I don't dislike the game.
In it, besides the movement. And the complete redo.
Well, it's not drop zone.
It's not drop zone. It's not like when you move somewhere in that specific zone, you have a specific spot to move.
I mean, someday we'll get you playing drop zone proper. Maybe when you're older.
I really like the game.
It's more complex than this. This is very light
similar.
and easy.
It's just move your color.
This
Have
this
fun.
is a good game to get you introduced to the hobby and learning basic strategies, tactics, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It's good for that.
Freaking leg hurts bad.
That's what you get for wrecking your bike. Tough guy.
It's not entirely my fault. My chain's loose as frick.
All right. Well, this is running long, and no one's watching this to learn about your bicycle.
Nope.
Tell the people on the internet good night, son.
Good night. I'll see you.
All right. Thanks for watching, guys.
Bye.